Hey, welcome to more Livestream game development on Sons of Soul. We're making it. Let's go. Okay. I'm actually waiting on Unity to finish doing an update. Figured I'd have enough time before starting the stream, but didn't quite. But that's okay. One of the things I want to do doesn't involve uh, Unity being open necessarily, so that's okay. Let's just do a quick recap. Maybe it'll be finished by the time we do start, because it would still be more useful to have it open. Although I can't really show. Usually I show what we did last time as I say it. I suppose I'll come back and show them once it's open. We made an alien name generator that I'm pretty happy with, and we can destroy the husk of the shuttle that 2 episodes ago, we made it possible to destroy the shuttle. Since then, I've upgraded to Unity Plus, so we can see all the differences that involves. There's one anyway. Actually, here's one. I think it was last episode that I mentioned that I got rid of the... Let's see. When you launch a Unity game, you get this standard Unity pop-up box. And everyone knows that it's a Unity game. Even Cluster Truck, which is published by Devolver Digital, I think, they still had this basic looking window. Wasn't necessary. Pretty sure they're a Unity game, unless it was just a generic launcher, I can't remember. But I don't know. A quality game, I feel you expect to open the shortcut and it goes into the game. So I found out how and got rid of that starting window. But what Unity Plus lets you do, let's go this as well. After that window, the first thing you get from every single Unity game is this Made with Unity logo. And it's got a bad reputation just because because it's free, for one thing. So a lot of bad games, and student games and hobbyist games, and some of them are good, but I mean a lot of lower quality and a lot of bad games have come out, and they all start up the same way, they all look the same way. Now you got a lot of good Unity games come out, and they don't have to buy the Pro license, but if they don't, that means they have to have the opening screen, the Made with Unity screen, and it's just sort of like, say what you will about it, it's just a fact that for a lot of people it creates a bad first impression, like it starts you off on the wrong foot. So with the Pro version, not ready yet. Oh, we are, okay. Maybe I can show. You can get rid of it entirely, which is what I've done for the moment. So I can launch the shortcut, there was no window, and it goes straight to my logo and straight into the game. And it didn't say Made with Unity anywhere. And you're allowed to do that just fine. I have no issues with Unity. I don't... Like, I'll probably use a Unity logo in it, but I'm not going to use the default one because it's associated with poor quality stuff. My tactic to waffle for long enough to open Unity has almost worked. Come on. Okay. Here, I don't think I have a choice about this actually, but they've given me the Pro Unity skin, which is black. So, hooray! I feel more badass already. I don't know. It's one of the top selling points of getting Unity Plus. Is actually, since all the free versions are pretty much all the paid features are pretty much available on the free version, except for certain access to like Unity Cloud build and priorities and stuff. But the actual Unity engine is pretty much the same for everybody. They just changed the skin on the Pro version. But the other thing you can do is change the splash screen. So don't show splash screen. If you do have it on, you can change how it runs. Let's say preview. You can see it previewing in the game window. So you can put in a background image on it. Oh, 'cause, 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 ' Oh, I kind of like that actually. I put that in last night just to see like what image I might use for the background to a Unity logo. You could change, make it take 10 seconds if you really wanted for that screen to pass, but I don't see. It's unskippable and there is no option. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that option. There's a few things to play around with there. You can change the opacity of the preview. Yeah, made it see through. Logos. Okay, let me see for a second actually. Let me just try to throw the company logo in here as well. Oh yeah, that'd be a good way to do it. Not exactly like that, but Unity logo below or all sequential. Oh yeah, that's more like what I want actually. So I could probably get rid of my logo scene itself. Maybe if I got the proper resolution on that. Obviously, it's stretched a bit weird. Kind of needs a white background actually, which will look wrong here. Doesn't look great. Oh yeah, the other thing was that. Let me get rid of it. Where does the alternate portrait image come in? Throw anything in? I don't know. Shared setting between multiple platforms. Okay, I don't know where that's going to come into play right now. I could look it up, but I'm not going to right now. Logos. That's useful. You put in your Havoc logo or Fmod or whatever. Yeah, I think. Well, that looks okay. It then leads on to my logo scene, which is this one. Which just right now it's the logo on a white background. Not even playing it, is it? Yeah, there we go. And then it faded. I clicked while it was happening, and a click will skip it. But the Unity part isn't skippable, and I don't like that. Unless there actually is a skippable. Why is everything slow? Sorry, I'm only finishing half sentences because I keep doing something and then we get throwing when it doesn't work. Thrown when it doesn't work. Yeah, the minimum duration is 2 seconds, and it doesn't seem to be a checkbox to allow it to be skippable, which would be nice. Okay. So for right now, I'm just going to leave the logo is fine. Oh wait, we do it without the logo? Yeah, we can completely remove the Unity logo as well. No, I'm fine with showing the Unity logo once I can also show the RetroNeo Games logo and have it look good. But for now, let's just not do the splash screen. Okay, back to normal. So we did the name generator. Let's go. Where was that? That's part of the name scriptable object, I think. And it'll print into the console, as I recall. Generate alien name. Munetar. Mun soibak niklam. Anik mun. Yeah. Just from having actually that's only 8 syllables and it's given a lot of different looks and types of name. And I'm quite happy with that. I could adjust the syllables later, but I could add some, get even more variety, but it picks between 3 and 5 and jumbles them up into first names, last names, or whatever. That's what we did last day. The other thing we did last day was we can now destroy the shuttle husk by having an asteroid smash into it. So, and actually just before I show it, because I've done since last time, done Unity Plus, I've also done, I added sprites, so now we can also have the enemy shuttle. We were only able to kill the player shuttle so far, but now we can kill the enemy shuttle. And I've made the, I was saying how the particle system we were on had the grey and the yellow debris for the shuttle all mixed together. Now we've got object pooler for debris yellow, debris grey, and debris blue, which when we want to will spawn in a bit of debris that looks like, there's a blue one, here's a grey one, here's a yellow one. And there's not a lot to them, but the idea is I always bring in a grey one and I play the yellow one at the same time if it's yellow and blue if it's pirate. So let me take them out again. So I'm gonna kill this shuttle. I'm gonna make it an enemy shuttle. Ooh. They're meant to fulfill the role of mini bosses, basically. So there. Now the debris is in 3D, so it's actually coming up towards the camera, some of it. That's why the parallax on it is a bit weird, but actually the sorting layer is wrong, so the debris is closer to the camera than the player is. Okay, it's showing. I had some other debris that was rendering under the player even though it was closer to the camera. And now when this husk hits an asteroid, it'll get destroyed further. Oh god, take him forever. I could go drag it in, but come on. There we go. So I made that explosion. The debris goes out in 3D as well. Instead of just 2D. I just tried it the other way and I was quite happy with how it looked. I mentioned reasons not to have it in 3D on the stream already, but I don't know, I just liked it more. Drag an asteroid into his way. Come on, just hit it. I think it's quite pretty. I have not tested it for performance, but just let me have this for now. Quite nice. So one thing it's not doing that even smaller bits of debris from fighters already do is if the fighter debris hits an asteroid, it'll destroy that asteroid. And this is even bigger, it should definitely destroy it. So let's get that done. One of the things on the list for today. Since I just upgraded Unity, my shortcut to mono develop isn't working. It's a weird one. There's a shortcut to mono develop here, but it's want to develop isn't actually here, so you have to get in and then open the file location. Then you can pin that to start. So I just like to have it. Is that it? I just like to have it up here. So the asteroid, when it hits other debris, it kills the asteroid. Right script open, yeah, I think. So let me remember how it works. The on trigger enter 2D if it's player or fighter, if it's a turret, a husk. Alright, so I think there's a debris logic script I need to look at. Alright, so actually have the debris, thinking about what it does. So when debris hits an asteroid's 50-50 chance that it will sort of clip the asteroid. Otherwise, it'll destroy the asteroid. But it should always kind of react to passing the asteroid. Oh, I'm a bit mistaken actually. It's when a fighter hits an asteroid that it'll destroy the asteroid. So it's semi-wrong. Not when debris hits it, it's when the actual fighter hits it before it's been killed. Yeah, so if it's fighter, we kind of hit the fighter, and then it's within that function that it kind of tells the asteroid to be destroyed. What's the function called? I think it's called destroy asteroid. Okay. No. Yes. Yeah, so I have to just start that coroutine to destroy asteroid. When the husk hits it. Which will mean if it's a large asteroid, it'll break into smaller parts, but if it's a small asteroid, it just disappears. Need to copy that. If it is. Destroy husk. So we'll destroy the husk and destroy the asteroid at the same time. So let's have a look at that. Pretty easy addition, should all work because it's all been tested before. Nothing's a new system, it's just making a new thing trigger the old system. And drag in an asteroid. Actually, this is a small one. So there, the asteroid is also destroyed, you'll notice. Because that was only a small type. Here's a bigger one, I can see. Get out of the way myself. Okay, yeah, it worked. The bigger asteroid became two smaller ones. But that didn't look amazing. Yeah, I should have waited for it to hit more naturally, actually. I kind of dragged it all the way in. Well, this might do it. A bit of a jump in the look of that, though. I mean, the code is working, it's just... one or two cases has not looked amazing. Need just big ones to hit it. I don't know. I didn't love that. Thought it would look cooler. Oh yeah, I can't keep clicking on the UI. Yeah, that looked okay, but not every instance of it looked okay. You know what? I might just wait a little bit to destroy that. Maybe. Going to make a little bit of a delay. Yeah. Let me give it maybe 3/4 of a second. I don't know if this will be better or worse. Have a quick look. Yeah, that might have been okay. Yeah, it makes a bit of sense that once the other explosion is really starting, that's when the asteroid goes as well, instead of the asteroid kind of going a bit too early. Come on, hit it. Yeah, that does feel fine. Feels better anyway to me. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna leave that there for now. And sort of polish that with game feel later if we want. I do wonder something. Now that I have 2 shuttles, or rather, now that I'm able to have pirate and PMC shuttles, will they fight each other? Do you think the pirate will fire at me because I'm closer? Oh, they pretty much won't fire at each other. I think they're not set up to target each other, so that's something else we can do. Yeah, they're just firing at asteroids or me. Got friendly again. Alright, so that's one of the things I wanted to do anyway. Asteroids to explode when hitting little husk. So we've done that today. Right, it's a quick little thing. TV in bar. So there's a scene in the home base. And because this is just like a way to look at our concept art rather than a functioning room, but yeah, I can turn on the concept image, or I can have this sort of emptier but 3D version going on. But yeah, this is flat but more featured, and this is not. But in this version we got 2 TVs for one thing. That's a problem. So why are we seeing 2 TVs? I probably need to turn that screen off. Yeah, or just turn off the image of it, probably. Screen, when it's clicked, it does toggle ref image, home base manager, toggle ref. So we turn off a few things. So I just need to get the TV's sprite, which I don't think I have. TV sprite dot enabled equals the opposite to whether it's enabled or not. So that'll toggle it. Just gonna have to drag it in here. Finished, yep. Ah, crap. Ooh. Yeah, that's fine now. By the way, in certain builds of the demo, I don't think in the one you can download, but in ones that I take to expose just in case I want to show someone, if you click on the center of the O, it goes to this scene, and you can look around other rooms to a degree. So that's another thing we got done real quick. Just for the commit, I'll kind of paste that in later. What else did I want to do today? Audio on the Dodge sound, yeah. So let me turn on audio for a minute. Back to a test scene. I have to turn up the audio for you. So you'll notice how there's a lot of lo-fi sounds. I get feedback too much or at all. So you should be hearing a lot of lo-fi shooting and kind of low bassy sounds. It's just how we're doing the sound. It's not that their sounds in space would be lo-fi, it would just be non-existent. That's how we're doing it. So the explosions are very lo-fi, but I'm always demoing it on a laptop with crappy speakers, and the only sound you can really hear off those speakers is this. That Dodge sound. Still getting some feedback from it. When you reset all my OBS filters and stuff. I had them nicely set up, and then I had to put in a new hard drive and lost a bunch of settings. The noise gate just seems to be not set up the way I thought I had it before. So anyway, this big old Dodge sound is kind of too trebly. It sticks out pretty badly. Over 3 days of demoing in Croatia, I got so sick of it. It's just... It's actually not the proper... It's a sound from an asset pack, whereas a lot of the other sounds have been replaced with... like, with Steve's first versions of audio. So... Oh yeah. Let's see. What's the player using right now on the Dodge? Yeah, so this one is still in use, and even though it's under older, it's still getting used. And what do the other guys use? The wingmen use same one. I think the enemies also are still currently using the same one. Yeah. So they're all using this same sound. And Steve has given a few different versions of that. He's just kind of tweaked the audio on them, but hasn't like created a new sound for them yet. And the new ones sound a lot like the old one anyway. That one might be okay. I remember using it though and not just thinking it felt wrong. Just try that on for a minute. I'm gonna have to turn my own volume back up again. Doesn't exactly feel right. Do it back to that. I'm just gonna try put a high pass or a low pass filter on that. Take out some of the high end. It's probably gonna wind up sounding like what Steve gave me anyway, but grapes. Okay, so if I go effect, low pass filter, it should take out a lot of the high end. Where is that? No commas in it. That's 10,000. 5,000. Roll off a bit harder. Not good. Closer. Let's try this a little lower. Ah, crap. Yeah, his are still pretty high-endy. I think this is a nice low-end one. So I'm gonna put that into the project. And just not a whole lot of testing I'm gonna do with it, other than to play with it for an extended amount of time. Yeah, let's put it there. Here now, okay. Just get all the dodge items and put it on at the same time. Apply that to the AI. They're the enemy prefabs. And then just see how it feels for a while. Definitely feels too quiet for the player anyway. Oh, right. Part of that would be its volume is down. Oh, you know what I could have done? Pitch down, yeah. Well, let's just see. I pitch down the original sound. Yeah, not that. It's down to like 0.75. Yeah. Okay, so that wouldn't work amazingly because the pitch being slower will actually slow the clip down, and the clip is timed to line up with the animation and all. So, right, make my sound louder. I suppose what I really need to do is test it on the laptop in a noisy environment. So I can't really do that here. But yeah, I think this will be. It'll make the dodge sound fit in more with the soundscape for the time being. I'm not going to spend much time on it because it's not going to be the end sound. All that mixing is going to come under Steve's domain anyway. It just might make the demo a little bit more palatable for the time being, so that's fine. So that is done. Just doing a small task today, it seems. Change dodge move audio on all ships to a low pass version. Say to a new low pass version. That's done. So the debris. Yeah, it's the easiest little thing I can do right now. Maximize actually. So I think that some of the debris, if it's closer to the camera, it should be on top of the player ship, but no, like that That's definitely rendering under the player ship, but is in fact closer to the camera. Oh, actually, it's also got a... Where's it gone? I can't find that again. But other items are fine. Come closer to the camera, I think, and then they appear to be on top of the player ship. Like that one's alright. Big one down here. Oop. Very careful with... Yeah. Ugh. Okay, it's gone. So the grey ones appear to be rendering beneath me, even though they should be... Yeah, they're closer for sure. Got more debris to play with. The yellow ones are... No, that's also rendering under. That one's rendering over, though, so... Okay, there's no... They're definitely both from the same particle system, because they're from the yellow system. One of them is where it's meant to be, and one of them is not. So that's the problem. These errors are just to do with the fact that I pressed the kill shuttle button more than once. It can only die once, so there's some problems. These aren't clues to what went wrong. Have a look at the particle system. But you used not to be able to edit particle systems all at once, but here's you can now. Check one thing. Yeah, you can definitely edit multiple particle systems at once now. I didn't even see that in the release notes, but that's kind of nice. So what we're concerned with is the renderer. Sorting layer default. That's fine. Sorting order of 0 is fine, because we're using Z depth sorting. Sort mode, none, distance, oldest in front, youngest in front. They're all spawned at the same time, so oldest and youngest don't matter. You'd think rendering it by distance would do it, but that's how I had them, I believe. This yellow chunk is getting up closer to the camera, that's fine. This one... that one's closer, but this yellow one beneath is actually going down the screen, but rendering on top of the player and on top of the asteroid, but it's actually getting further away. It's shrinking, just because it's going into the 3D background. And there's one there's that grey one. Very hard to get them as they approach the top of the screen. So that tiny yellow one in front of my nose, you might not even make it out on the stream. Is that in the right place? Yeah, it's okay. I mean, some of them are okay and some of them are not. So, what do you do about that? Do you just go, oh, it's okay, the player won't notice because he's flying through it all and it's fine. But, you know, they will eventually notice, and it'll feel wrong before they notice exactly why, and then we could fade it out sooner. Definitely wrong. pretty, but it ain't right. Thing, distance and none, they both didn't work. We had tried both options. All this in front. This in front. I'll just gonna choose them anyway for the sake of testing. So the grey one's on top, the yellow one's on the bottom. Okay. Here's a yellow one that should be above me. Yeah, hard to get, but it's below me. You see the asteroid just ahead of some, behind others. Doesn't seem to be any telling. Try the last option. The youngest star in front. I think that'll mean everything goes in front. Maybe. Yeah, like even the ones that are fading into the background render in front of the player ship. Sure what force no motion does. Look up the documentation on it. Definitely still have motion. I'm trying to catch up with this one going into the background. It's rendering on top of the asteroid, so. Yeah. And it rendered on top of the player ship. So, motion is also not. I have to look up what the motion vectors. Documentation never really comes through for you, it feels like. Renderer, motion vector. There's receive shadows and sorting layer. Receive shadows and motion vectors and sorting layer. It's just something undocumented. So I'll put it back to default. Trying different things now. Oh. It's a bit annoying because the things that purely the default sorting layer and sorting order along with maybe just the sort mode, which should be distance. That should be everything it could want. Possibly the material is part of it. Our materials in this case are these three materials. Oh, sorry, those are images. But they are on these three materials. Nothing unusual about these, they're just sprite sheet materials. Well, it's a little unusual, but nothing weird about their rendering. Let me try one thing. Wouldn't be a fix, but just a test. Instead of material with normal particle, bulk particle one. Let's see what it looks like. Hard to say. Actually, I think every part that I've flown over so far seems like it's behaving correctly on the default particle. Get that one. Am I right? Did that one render under the player? Just looking for big ones. Big. Ah, I really couldn't tell. Yeah, the one that should have been under rendered over. And I've seen it the other way as well. So even the default particle doesn't help. Not thrilled about this. Just so I'm not being stupid. Player is rendering, excuse me, to default 0. Default 0. It's got a few different renderers on it. Yeah, it's default 0. So, okay, no luck with that one, I'm gonna say. Put that in as a bug. Which, spell shouldn't. Didn't do that. Fix that at least. Let me go back. If we were to return this to boring old 2D, I'm not sure I can go back now. Emission, no, sorry, shape would be circle instead of sphere. You know, it looks fine as it happens. And then you kind of realize, I think, with your eyes that it's entirely flat. And to me, it starts looking like just like literally a pile of puke on the floor with these little bits swimming around in it, rather than an actual 3D explosion. It is a 2D explosion, but the magic is in the optical illusion. It looks way better. I mean, if... Ooh, is this gonna hit it? No, it's gonna miss. Ah. Okay. I'm a bit tired. It's the end of the day. And once you hit a wall at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I just want to stop. You can keep going as long as you're kind of really making progress, but sometimes it really gets you. All-night crunching sessions are not fun. I pretty much usually don't do them unless I'm actually got like a demo to give the next day or something, or unless I'm really enjoying myself. But when you're just dealing with problems that aren't behaving as they should be, you don't enjoy yourself in the same way. Any chat from there? No, not today. Yes, okay. All right, let's see what else. Because we're only an hour in. GIF capture. GIF capture can be a pain. I'm not sure I want to do it. Let's see about spawning shuttles. There's another job I have to do with the press kit today, which is just to do with laying out Word documents and fighting with anchors and stuff. So I've got that fun in front of me as well. Too eager to do something not fun. Spawner. Turn off this shuttle. Delete it actually. Spawner here. No, I need a... What the spawner actually spawns is not ships, but it spawns spawner group objects. And at the moment it's set to be spawn 3 pirates in the normal way, so that'll just like instantly put 3 pirates down. There they are. And here, and if you pick alternatively the approach from depth method of spawning, it'll spawn them in the background with the trails, which you can sort of see there already. So that's how that works. But it doesn't handle shuttles. If I try to give it the assault shuttle prefab in here and just make it one of them. Actually, I don't want to do it from depth. Do I? Let's just see. Means I have to wait, but sure, let's see what happens. Probably a null reference. Yeah, there you go. Oh wow. It is... I don't know if you can see that, but it's spawning in tons of not alive enemies. Wow. It's kind of on a while loop. Stuck on a while loop, I think. Well, it's not stuck on it. It's... Yeah, it's basically keeps going through this for loop, I think. Although wouldn't that have crashed it? But sure, anyway, which is the problem line? Is where we tried to get the AI fighter component from a shuttle that doesn't have one. Okay. So I'm gonna have to tell it what type, really. So I'll have a public enum for craft to spawn. Have arrow fighter. At the moment it's called a mantis fighter. That's probably gonna stick, isn't it? I don't intend for it to be called mantis because that's an Earth-based insect and we're in space and we don't know much about Earth, so. But so let's see. At the moment, I can spawn those. Then I'll probably need to list the prefabs as well, actually. Object prefab, okay. That doesn't need to be public anymore. Yeah, can't have spaces there. Arrow prefab. Well, that needs to be game object, sorry. This prefab. Assault shuttle one. Then at the start, I'm just going to make object prefab into the correct one. So if we're talking about the arrow, object prefab equals arrow prefab. Else if craft spawn equals mantis, object prefab equals arrow prefab. I'm just dragging those prefabs before I forget. Probably bring the number to spawn up closer to the craft to spawn here. Anyway. Oh, there it is. Actually, usually I try to keep a lot of these types of things off these lists and keep them on a centralized scriptable object somewhere, but I have one. Unless I already have one, I'm going to leave it for now. That's holder, not exactly. For now, I'm going to leave that. Drag the number to spawn up. Don't think that applies anymore, that tooltip. But I think now, for example, I could spawn. So the arrow fighters are always these golden friendly ones. I think I could actually spawn enemy arrow fighters. Do the normal arrow fighter, give me 3 of them. And but they're on the pirate side. Let's see what that does. Null reference. Sure what I didn't know there. Alright, so there's no object prefab is null, right? Oh, okay, right. It's spawning group before. Alright, so I need to do that. Brace start. Okay. Not a problem. Shouldn't have made that mistake, to be honest. Yeah, so there's friendly looking but enemy craft. At least their health bar is automatically turned red. I'm not sure if I can hit them. Oh yeah, I can. There you go. I feel like I killed a friendly. And they are firing green bullets automatically. They are hurting me. Lock on with missiles. I can kill with missiles. Yep. So straight away there's a bit of flexibility from this new spawner thing. What I want though is to spawn a single assault shuttle. That'd be great. Which I can't do yet. One thing I want to check actually, health fighter script. Just noticed that the debris was kind of slow even when the fighter was going fast. Death. Hard for debris. The explosion, if the craft is going fast, the explosion should also go fast in the same direction. So, inheriting velocity, it should happen. Didn't appear to happen. Oh wait, 1 sec actually. Oh, explosion, right. That's different to debris. On debris cloud. Inherit velocity, it is true. Right, so I was looking at the wrong thing, but it was doing the same thing. Or maybe, oh no, maybe doesn't matter. Let's see. Mass. The debris mass is tiny. Explosion mass is probably also the same. Yeah. It should be behaving the same way as the explosion, but it didn't. That's cool. I can spawn up to 12. Yeah, look at that. The yellow parts went out there, but the grey parts kind of just spawned where they were. Maybe. Am I spawning that 3 too late? Is that why? Might have already set the velocity to nothing. Thing dies. That dead in base class. That no, it doesn't affect the velocity either. Ah, that's just okay. That's a bug that I can't quickly solve. A couple of quick ideas about what it might be, but I was not correct. Okay. This isn't a. I'm wondering what I'm gonna name this video on YouTube. We haven't done any one specific thing. I'm gonna call it miscellaneous bug fixes, I guess. Back is a bit sore as well. Oh yeah, I don't need to print that message anymore. Alright, let's check out the issue with the shuttle spawning. Maybe we can get that done. Halfway towards it, so. Before I started trying to hunt down that debris bug, I kind of sidetracked myself. Just thought I could solve it real quick. Alright, so we're saying I think I'll just put in the conditional checks here. If object prefab is the arrow prefab, or object prefab is mantis prefab, and do those things. Just craft this, you know, just don't remember what that's for. So in this case, if it's a shuttle, get the shuttle thing. That doesn't have a level, that's not how they work. They will have to work that way actually in the future. Alright, that's the fighter and the shuttle script both inherit from the targetable object, so we're going to set the side for everyone first. These I'm going to comment out until we need them in future. I feel like there might be one or two more things preventing it from coming in. Further down the list. Alright, I can't spawn 12. I could probably spawn one of them, okay? Because these, yeah, squadron rules are very much set up to be a group of fighters, not a shuttle. We're putting a squadron leader prefab on the shuttle, which I don't want to do. Wait. Okay, this. Without that. Like that. That's okay for the shuttles actually, but this part should go kind of with that, I think. Makes more sense. All this squad leader stuff. Should only be happening if we're spawning fighters, at least the way I currently have it envisioned and working. So I wonder if this is going to cause a problem. We're turning on the squad leader prefab. Or turning on the craft. That might be okay. Should be okay. Okay, a lot. I'm afraid like I might have just cut out something and not pasted it back in or something. Why is that now a problem? I pasted something out of brackets that didn't have or something. I wonder if I just broke the whole spawning system or not. Let's see. Right, spawned him with no problems. And kill him with no problems. Spawn him from a distance. Okay, unless I broke the normal spawning. Yeah, I broke the normal stuff. Crap. Balls. So I think we weren't spawning. I think when I moved the quad leader prefab up there, it used to be further down. That might have been critical. Just try to do a before and after compare using source tree. Loading now. A lot of changes in here though. Used to be just before shrink trail. So it used to be the very last thing. Yeah. So I guess that did matter. That'll be the last thing, but only if it's not null. See, it's already a prefab, so this isn't. I don't think this check will actually help. I think the fighters will be fine now, and I think that shuttles won't be as it's written right now. Nope, never mind. Where's he coming from? Reassign wingmen's been called from squadron leader set up. Leader 1 of 3. Alright. Ah. I don't want to just undo everything just to make it fixed again. Because then the shuttle still won't be working. But I might have to. I have to go through it. So if we're talking about fighters, set up their levels, that's okay. Create squad leader object and put it on the leader. Set up the wingman, kind of uses the squad leader prefab. I feel like I went wrong once I was putting J in here because I didn't used to have to do that. I don't know how I got away with that being int i's before, if I was already in an I for loop. I guess I'm gonna have to go back a lot of steps. I don't want to go all the way back. No, not that far. What was this? And once I started checking, that's where it went wrong. I think we're around here. The only things that's changed is I brought in the prefabs, made that private, got rid of the tooltip, assigned the object. Now it's back to probably working for fighters. Yeah. Just to see, can I make friendly enemy fighters? Wait, hang on, they were meant to be. Friendly arrow fighters there. Can I make friendly mantis fighters? Oh, there's still arrows. Oh, I think I just copy pasted and didn't fix it. Perhaps. Yep, there it is. Okay, there's some friendly enemy fighters. But we're back to shuttles not spawning, I reckon. I know for a fact. Because we just undid the part that made it work without a null reference. Okay, so the gist of what I just did will fix that, but I'm about to basically do it again and hopefully find the one line I probably screwed up somewhere. Not a terribly entertaining remainder of the show, so I'm going to end it here. Not a terribly entertaining episode overall. I think this was a lot of little fixes today. Yeah, we're back on Monday at 3 p.m. Again, at the moment, what we'll work with, I'm getting closer to being able to dive into the strategy layer a bit, which will be some totally new stuff. But I'm not ready to just start hashing that out on stream without some better design and play testing with paper and stuff. So I don't want to waste time on stream with that. But we'll get there shortly. I feel like I've been saying that for a long time, but we will. Closer than ever. But on Monday we'll probably still be doing thing in the engine. Well, no, that's what we're always gonna be in the engine pretty much usually. There's not much I'm gonna do outside of Unity on this stream, though I have gone outside it a few times for design docs and things. But yeah, not sure what we'll be doing Monday. But you can just read. There's no one watching live now. There's one person watching live now, I think. So hello, hi. They have not chatted, so I don't know where they are. Maybe I can tell. They're watching on YouTube. Hi. Maybe on watchmework.com, which is the YouTube stream brought sent over to that website. Hello to you anyway, but everyone else can watch or just read they'll be watching this in the video, so they can read the title of the next video, figure out if they wanted to watch this one. This one's gonna be just really, I think I'll name it Miscellaneous Bug Fixes, and no one will watch it because that's not a great feature, but whatever. Yeah, so until Monday, talk to you later. Thanks for watching so far.